best foreplay is the communication.
Is that more so for women or men?
Both.
For women.
How can someone know if they're in a healthy relationship? I mean, really know that they're in a healthy relationship.
Really be themselves, but they want to be their best self. But their thoughts, their feelings, their opinions are welcomed, even if somebody disagrees with them, and they never feel like, I have to stop being who I am to please this person.
If you feel safe, where you can feel this hope that you're going to be able to communicate and be heard and get somewhere and not feel so frustrated that you can't stand it, then you're feeling like you're in a good relationship.
You want to be able to feel emotionally that you can share who you are with all the porcupine prickles and the good, the bad, the ugly, and feel that you're accepted. What I think makes a good relationship is that you can, aside from the fact of having fun and have pleasure, but that you're able to argue and repair.
What do you think? What about remarriage?
I think with a remarriage, you have to prepare yourself for a healthy remarriage. And to do that, whether you've been widowed or divorced, you have to work through the baggage. You even have to work through baggage that probably sprouted up in your childhood. There's a lot to be said about marriage education. And one thing we're very good at is taking classes for our careers, taking classes for cooking and hobbies and sports, and taking childbirth classes.
Right.
But how many of us take marriage education classes?
And I think we have a very unrealistic image of what relationships should be, because in the movies, in the media, and books, we see these very glorified relationships that are in early stages. Yeah, the romantic stage.
It's never too late, I think. You know, even if I've been remarried almost 10 years, I'm not the same person I was 9 years ago, 8 years ago. We made mistakes in blending our family. We made a lot of mistakes. But that doesn't mean that we can't go seek out marriage education today.
What else is there? How else do you know you're in a healthy, healthy. We're talking about like you're still having sex healthy relationship.
Well, one of the things that I think is absolutely essential is you don't self-edit. If you're self-editing, meaning I'm not sharing a particular thing with my partner, then, you know, or I can't say this to my partner because it's going to upset them, then that's not healthy. It's valuing the differences and understanding how to make them work for you.
So in a healthy relationship, people are obviously having sex. You know, like, is that a sign that you're in a healthy relationship?
Well, if they both,
all right. So
if they
what does
both
that look
want
like?
it, if you know now if both people are okay with not having it, that's okay.
That's true.
But if one person wants it and one person doesn't, that's indicative of something being wrong, and it's a question of will we go seek help, whether it's through a sex therapist or from a medical doctor or something, that here's something that's causing one of us pain. Is the other one willing to work with you?
So you're talking about being in agreements about it, but you're saying that, you know, provided they're in agreement, you're saying that sex is part of a healthy relationship.
It brings intimacy and closeness. And again, you're getting that oxytocin released, and I think it brings people closer.
There has to be real intimacy. There has to be good communication. There has to be a willingness to really look into the sex life. Sex life is, I agree, so important because it bonds a couple. It's the togetherness, the closeness. A couple is dead in the water if they're not talking, if they're not dealing with issues, and that usually means they're not having sex.
Right. That's the best foreplay is the communication.
Is that more so for women or men?
Both.
For women.
You say women, you say both.
No. Women need to be warmed up emotionally, feel like caring and connection and closeness, and warms up and then feels more sexual. A man can feel very sexual as a way of opening his heart and doorway to feeling the emotion.
Got it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so in 2 or 3 words, what would you say describes a healthy relationship?
Communication.
Commitment.
Shared vision.
Attention and intention.
Trust.